Oh, live? Is it going live? I don't know if it's going live. 8:45. We should be going live.
8:45.
Yeah. So good morning. If you can see us, we can't see you. I'll see if I can see us on there. Any notifications for us?
Now, party time.
All right, going live.
Oh, yes.
You can see us?
Yeah.
Yes, we are live. Good morning. Good morning. Live from our homes today, off the beach. Yep. How is everybody? I can see you. Yeah, can see if you've got questions now. So we've got some exciting things happening today. We're going to have some of the mums coming on. So if you're watching live and you've got any questions for us, and if the mums are open to answering them, then they might be on here too to answer questions. Exciting. I shall. Oh, we've got one coming in now. Yes. Hello. Hello. I shall just send. Hello.
Hi, Owen.
Yay. It's party time. It's party time. Nice to see you. I'm sending Zoom links to everyone. So starting on here.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm finally back home. So I'm just like, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. So everybody, feel free to come in now. I know I think I said 9 a.m., but it's all good. We can come in. Yay. Where are you now, Owen? What part of the States are you in?
St. Augustine, Florida.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice and warm there at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually not as warm as Washington, where it's like over 117 degrees up there. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh, that's warm. Yeah, that's very warm. Okay, so we won't have some more people coming on, and we just wanted everyone, we wanted to have the mums on to say hello, to celebrate. Then we had the idea of doing the theme of not being perfect.
Right on.
Oh gosh, even that word perfect, it's so it's a funny word, that one. I need to tap on that word actually.
Yeah, but also that we don't want to admit, or I didn't in the beginning, that I'm doing any personal growth work because I'm supposed to be perfect. So why would I need to do any work?
Yeah, I'm already perfect. I'm hiding. I'm pretending. I got good at pretending as a coping skill. It's a great one.
Yeah.
Is Kristen coming on?
I'm just in the dark. I'm still asleep.
So if you're joining us or you're watching this on a replay, we ask that some of the mums to come along that are doing our group calls, because we just want to, and they're very brave to do this, because it's like, yeah, we're doing our inner work. So that is admitting that we have vulnerabilities and that we mess up in life sometimes. And when you're a parent, I mean, you're on the spiritual growth path journey. If you choose to see it that way, as your children are your greatest teachers, like they just give you opportunities every single day. My children are older now. I've got 2 home with me at the moment, and it's like every minute almost there's an opportunity to look at, how are you processing this? What's happening here? What am I doing inside myself? Why do I feel the need to say something the way I'm saying it? It's just, yeah. So yeah, the word perfect. Oh my goodness. Yeah, tap on that one.
It's the speed train to awakening. Hanging out with your kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Have you got a camera there, Kristen?
I do. I'm just feeding the baby, so just paused at the minute.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I'm just
that's
sending somebody else a link. Did I send them the link?
that's not unlike how
Oh,
the calls sometimes go. Hey, Ilka, like pausing to feed your baby or having to do parenting
To
stuff.
fix a monster truck.
Yeah.
We have also.
Watch your daughter do cartwheels. Yeah.
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 Yeah. All the kids. Your daughter was showing me a cow one day, Kristen. Feeding the cow. Casey! Yay! Awesome. So yeah, these are real live mums, everyone.
Hi, Casey.
Hello.
Yeah. One day we hope we can all get together and be humans together.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So amazing. Hello.
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 Thank you. Hi.
Do you want me to show?
We're talking about the word perfect. And I was like, oh, I need to tap on that word.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
It's such a big one in society that's thrown around.
Definitely.
Mums are perfect.
How about the difference between, like, Ilka and I would have been with lots of similarities, but differences in that Ilka would have been very open and you would have been able to hear what her opinions were, whereas mine were all stuffed down and pretended we had the white picket fence family, and then my emotions would come out in the bathroom while I'm crying by myself. Yeah, there's lots of different ways we do it to ourselves.
Yeah, there is. When we come on here, it's kind of, it all comes out.
There's no hiding.
No hiding anymore, but we can tap it away, which is good. Yeah, which is really cool. Where do you mind telling us where you are in the world there, Casey?
Maryborough, Queensland.
Yeah, Queensland.
Yep.
Same as Joe and I.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although it's not sunny at the moment, we've got rainy weather.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Good timing, Queensland school holidays, rainy weather and lockdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have calls, like Arwen and Monica are overseas, so I normally do their calls like it's like 5 p.m. your Sunday, which is my morning in Australia. So we have calls for the mum and dad, of course, but I mostly have mums on the calls, and we do all different time zones. So we have times that fit with Western Australia. We have times that fit with, definitely Queensland and Victoria. And we basically make times for the people that start the course, so that there's always a time that can suit everybody. And we're on the call for 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours. And that's because people can kind of come and go. We have people get in their cars and drive somewhere with their, or, come back, because while you're doing something, somebody else can do something. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Is it fun? That's a good question. Is it fun? Can turning up and going, I'm frustrated, I'm stressed, I'm angry, I'm sad, or whatever, can it be fun working on your own emotional pain, your triggers?
It's hilarious. There's not one call that we don't end up in tears and in laughter. Like, it's across the board. It's both. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I haven't had one call where I haven't cried and I haven't laughed to yeah, the extent of happy tears as well. So pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Hey, you now, ladies, I promise that you don't have to comment if you don't want to. This is, this is a very casual chat. I'm just glad that I'm just so happy you've come on to show your face, really, and show that you're here doing the work. That's the most important thing. But if you'd like, would you like to make a comment about that, Owen?
About the work?
Yeah, about the fun, how fun it is.
Honestly, whenever I have these moments of like where I'm breaking down now, they don't last as long because I'm just like, I know I'm gonna get through it. Like I start to cry and I'm just like, I already start feeling better. I'm like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. And it's just like already knowing that as you release these negative emotions, that it's gonna be gone. Like, they're not gonna come back in that specific circumstance again. For some reason, it's just like, within your entire being like, I'm working through this right now. And if I have to work through it again with a different lesson, it's not going to be as deep. It's like you start to heal, like it's a really deep wound. And then as you heal it, it starts to close up more and more. So like you keep going back to the same lesson until it's completely gone. Yeah. So it's just really like, I don't know. I kind of dive head first in. Like I throw so many things in my life right now where I'm just like, just bring it on. Just why not? Like life's short. And we are like, as we're parents, we do put ourselves on the fast track of healing. Like I see all my friends that aren't parents healing and I'm like, man, okay. And then like, I see my friends that are on the fast track and like, it's completely different. My friends without children are like, I've been doing the work for 7 years. I'm like, I've been doing this for 9 months. And I have shed millions of layers like every single day. And it's just going to keep happening. And we might be like, it hurts, but it's also like finding the fun in it all. You can't constantly do this shadow work and be like, oh, I'm going deep in and I'm ripping all the wounds apart without finding the funny parts in it. Like you can't help but laugh. Like you're walking along and then like a vase shatters right in front of you. You step and cut like your foot open. You're like, okay, well, in the past, I would be in the victim mindset being like, why me? And now I'm literally just like, all right, what's serving this? Like what emotions coming up? Okay, I'm feeling this because, yeah. All right, let's bandage it up.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Oh, we're recording this on thing, but I should record this on here too. Yay! Yeah, thank you, Owen. I love those analogies. That is so cool. Morning,
hi, Linda.
Where are you from, Linda? Where are you? Where are you in the world? Is she hearing me? No, is she getting me? She can't hear me. Did you want to comment, Casey? You're very welcome not to as well, of course. Oh, she'd come back in again. Here we go. I think
Every time knocking.
I did.
The question was, is it fun?
Is it fun?
It's not fun.
You
Sorry.
can answer, Hilda.
I think Casey, I think Frozen's there. Yeah.
Who's talking, Ilka? Casey.
Casey, you got us?
Yeah, I've got you. I guess my only other addition would be it definitely felt like things got worse before they got better because I was dealing with stuff rather than just sweeping it under the rug or maybe what was the question again?
when you come on the calls, is it fun? Like, because we're bringing up all of
fun.
Yes. We are
Yeah.
doing the deep work, but we have ways of
Making it fun.
Yeah, making it fun, seeing from a different perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. And the kids, we call in tapping, we call tapping in fast EFT a defractionation, which is basically breaking yourself out of a trance. And the beautiful part about Fast Food Tea and with the kids all on the calls is they help with the defracts. Like the kids will come along and do something. It's like, okay, cool. Like got to break out of that. So they're kind of a perfect complement to the work as well. And often the things like the synchronicities of what the kids say to mums on these calls just blows me away. Like they'll come up and ask some profound question sometimes that's all to do with the session, and like really like may not be, but it's like, whoa, that was a good question. Oh, we had your son dancing the other night, didn't we, Anna?
Yes, he was doing good too, wasn't he?
He was a great defrac. That was awesome. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah.
Rushed.
So tell us where you're from, Anna and Linda.
Okay, I'm from Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I've been tapping with Ilka for, must be getting on to 2 years at the end of the year.
Oh wow. Yay. Yeah.
It's helped me so much. It really has. In so many ways. It's quite remarkable.
Yeah.
Really. I think the biggest thing for me is working out, rather than when somebody's triggering me, like my children, as they do, not thinking it's their fault, but there's something within me to fix and clean up. So I like that.
Yeah.
That's been really helpful.
Yeah. And to let go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to realize that it's not the end of the world as well. And yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And you can always come on the call and
Yes.
write that one down. Yeah. Oh, and Linda, where are you? Say hello.
Hello. So my computer kept booting me off, interestingly. But I'm Azzy. So I have 3 boys, and more than anything, I think it's helped me feel confident in spreading some education around. It is getting better thanks to COVID, but just working with children in the background, whether it's a social call or a work call or any sort of Zoom call, there needs to be a lot more okayness with that. And I think Ilka's really helped to foster that and encourage the fact that no, it's actually okay if they're in the room, and it's even okay if they're screaming, and it's okay if any sort of scenario, it's okay.
So okay, yes.
there's still a lot to go, I think, with in regards to some of that. Definitely.
In society, you mean? People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we're leading the way. We're leading the way in that. It's something that I like to advocate for, that, children coming back into being part of our lives in a much more different way than we do life now. We're so separated from them in so many ways. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for that. That's so cool.
I think that's a really good point. Oh, go, Kristen, go.
I was just going to say, this is the only space that I feel safe enough that I don't have to try and stop Rory's emotions. So and the girl, you've been on calls with me when she's has a really, really good set of lungs. And when she's using them, I have to mute because it's incredibly loud, but it's literally the only place that I just let her go, because I don't feel like I have to stop her. I don't feel like I have to justify. And Ilka will just chat along, and she's like, it's not even happening, which is incredible. As a parent who, for my older 2 children, had to make them be quiet and had to stop them from expressing anything, which now, we're on the total opposite side of that, where we express everything we're working towards in a healthy way. That's massive for us. So that's incredible to be able to do that. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. The kids are they're my joy. They're you mums are awesome, but you know, sorry, the kids are my favorite part of the course. I mean, their little faces and oh my God. I mean, all of you, like we have so many babies at the moment too. And oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. Yeah. So special and precious. Yeah.
I think Casey was making a great point that sometimes when we first come to do the work, it does feel a little more challenging in the beginning because we're facing our own stuff. Like sometimes for the first time after many years, like it was for me, it was a long time before I faced my own shadows.
Yeah.
And there are lots of them.
Yeah. A lot of big shames, a lot of you know, deep fears. Yeah, we bring it all here, and yeah, tap on it, release it so that it's not projected, you know, because for me, like unlike Joe, I didn't go and cry in the bathroom, as you all know. I projected it. I exploded. I, you know, lost it. I just lost it. I turned into somebody I didn't even know. Which is why I totally understand. I mean, I probably did cry in the bathroom too. Like I think we all do both, all kinds of coping skills we have. But yeah, they're all coming from, as you find out on these calls, we've got really good reason, like we've carried them around. They come from somewhere. They always come from somewhere, from a deep hurt, a deep wound from our past. And you don't have to keep projecting them onto your kids. It's just, you know, my kids sometimes say to me now, where was the alien spaceship that came and got my mother? Like, you know, because I'm not the same mum anymore. I don't react in the same way anymore. And some of my reactions could, you know, they could use to kind of help them with things as well. So that doesn't work anymore either. Like I'm good at standing in my own power too, and my own truth. And that's not always my children, like my children are adults now. So that's not always my adult children's truth. You know, it's I'm going to do this today. I don't want to go and do what, you know, you want to do. And so, and I used to feel so guilty, but not being like the perfect mother that can do everything for their child every single day. But like now we can create win-wins where you have, I could do that tomorrow with you, but I can't do it right now. And I couldn't even say that in the past. I was like running to always meet their every need. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Anyone, you want to comment on that, Joe, or anyone? Just, yeah, if anyone wants to make comments, just.
I think it's important to think about how it turns up in so many different ways, whether that's, you know, going to sleep and ignoring it all for 6 hours, or whether it is screaming and you know, punching the wall, or whether it is crying for hours, or whether it is completely shying away and feeling like you're clammed up inside and vacuuming the floor for hours. Like, it just turns up in so many different ways, and sometimes surprisingly unexpected, and sometimes all of those ways at once. Like you'll be angry and sad and tired and want to hide away from everyone and want to have everyone near you and don't walk away from me, don't you dare walk away from me, and that sort of. So it's been interesting to reflect on all the different ways now that I can see it appearing in different ways, and now having a little bit more of an understanding of, oh yeah, okay, I can see that pattern again. Here we go. Can we stop it this time? No, not this time. Okay, maybe next time. And there is a next time. We know that change is our only constant. We you know, that is what we can control. We can control the change that is constantly evolving, and that's what we.
Yeah. That's such a good point, Linda. And that is why we have made the course like 8 weeks long. And then that's why most of you stay on to keep doing tapping calls for 6 months, 12 months, because it's the patterns have become big, you know, they were massive in my life. That's why Jo and I always say this is not a magic pill, but it is an awakening to your own patterns, your own programs, and they work really well in your life. As a child, they really served you. So letting them go as an adult takes a lot of like waking up to them and going, fuck, I did that again. Oh, fuck, I did that again. Oh, fuck, I yelled at my husband again. Oh, you know, I blamed him again. Here I go again doing that. And then, you know, tapping again and tapping again and tapping. It is a persistence thing. And things change though. That's the brilliant part. It's not like then you really do shift that onion layer. Like, and you do notice. And that's a great part about coming on the calls too, because we have the yay me things where you go, yay me, I did do this differently. I did not fall back into that pattern this week. I did actually make a shift in that. I noticed a shift in that. And that's like, yeah. It's so good. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's such a good point.
I also like how it's such safe space, because sometimes what we are talking about is a bit embarrassing, and but there's never any judgment, and there's support from the other people in the group, and it's very rarely that you come up with something new. Usually it resonates in the other people as well.
Oh yeah.
And that's a huge comfort in itself, isn't it? To think, oh, I'm not alone, I'm not some weirdo.
Yes, totally. Yeah, we all have our shames and our fears, and yeah. Like Jo and I, we both wet our pants in grade 3.
Completely different schools, and we met one another like 30 years later, but we shared this story one day, and like we were in grade 3, and Ilka's telling me, and I went, hang on, I wet my pants in the classroom in grade 3 too, because I wasn't brave enough to put my hand up and ask if I could go to the toilet.
Yeah, and I never ever thought, like, you know, 40 whatever many years later, I'd be telling this story. You know,
oh yeah, so embarrassing at the time.
Under wraps forever.
Yeah.
I was just hoping all my classmates would not remember that. Mind you, they probably do, but okay, see you, Anna.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, Anna. Thank you.
Nice to see you, Jo.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah, sharing huge vulnerabilities. It's huge. It's really big. And sometimes I'm just so honored. I am so honored because this work has helped me so much. I mean, I had to go back and do this. This is where I started doing the work on myself. Yeah. Did you want to say something, Casey?
I just wanted to add that initially that was something that almost put me off of the group calls initially, was thinking that other people would know all my deepest, darkest secrets and embarrassments and failures and you know, stories from my childhood. So I had to tap on that, tap on letting go of the shame and embarrassment of other people knowing things about me, and really, people don't come on the calls to judge each other. They're there for themselves, to work on themselves. They don't, but also you come to care about the other people too that you get to know. You care about them and their successes and their wins in something that used to really trigger them, and then they tell you these wow moments of yay me moments, we call them, when, you know, something awesome happens in their life because they've done hard work on themselves to change. Yeah,
it's very, very cool. Yeah, I love the story that Monica is always on the calls with Arwen, and she rang you one day, didn't she, Arwen? In the supermarket, she's like, help me defrack.
Yes, yeah. She was freaking out because of the checkout line, and I was just like, okay, so
working on that.
I was like, who's in front of you? And she's like, this old lady. I'm like, is she wearing a diaper? And she's like, wait, what? And it has completely distracted her just enough to like pull her out of what she put herself in.
I think you had the checkout person dressed up as a hot dog or something. Has he got a hot dog
Yes.
costume?
Yes, hot dog costume, doing like the Macarena. I was just like throwing everything I could. And she's like, "Well, how do you think this way?" And I'm like, "I have no idea, but is it working?"
I love that so much. That really warmed my heart to know that you're out there, like being able to help each other too. Sometimes it's really cool. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much, Gaia. This is so cool. Oh, so good. Oh, I wonder if we've got any questions out in the Facebook land. If there's any questions for Jo or I, or I'm sure some of the ladies would be happy to answer that. I will put them, if you're watching this on the replay, you can put them in later and we can answer them. Any questions about the course, which starts on the 5th of July. So
Next Monday.
This Monday coming, yeah. And you can join some of these ladies on the calls, and we've had lots of other people that couldn't make it this morning, but thank you so much for being here. What else is good? What else is important to share about being perfect? How we're also perfect.
We are perfect.
Perfect in our own way, aren't we? I must have tapped that now. I feel a bit better about that word now.
Yeah, it's like a snowflake. Every snowflake is different, but they're all perfect.
They're all perfect. That's it. So there is that too, isn't there? There's that perspective. Yeah.
I love how I'm learning to pause and go, hang on, I'm triggered, before yelling and screaming maybe, or shutting down, or saying, yeah, I did this, but you did that. That whole, the self-responsibility. So for me, I'm able to, when I mess up with the kids, say, yeah, I fucked up and I'm sorry. And that's it. It's not, you screamed at me for the last 10 hours, so therefore I am able to now yell in your face or do this or do that. I lost my shit and I apologize. And then accept that they might not forgive me then and there, which is something I've always done too. I'm like, I'll be like, yeah, it's all fine, it's all good, and then still feel hurt for the next 2 days, and we'll shut down and go into all those coping skills that I learned. But yeah, that's pretty amazing to be able to just go, either I'm feeling triggered, I'm going to walk away, or yeah, I lost it and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a massive.
It's incredible. It goes into all different relationships in your life. It's not just the children, but like earlier, my son was acting his emotions out, and I turned and looked at him, and usually I'm a volcano back in the day, but now I turn, I was like, I'm feeling angry, so I'm going to take a moment before I respond to you. And the other day I said that to my mom, and she is not used to me speaking that way. So she's used to me spewing like lava from my mouth, like all 28 years of my life. And so she thinks by me taking the time to talk out my emotions, she thinks I'm numb to my emotions now, because she's not used to me being this calm. And the other day I was talking to someone I'm connecting with, more of a romantic kind of relationship, and something happened and I was like, I feel scared. And so it's like I let them know how I was feeling instead of like letting it bottle up and like trying to like figure it out on my own. I was just like, I'm letting you know this is how I feel. It's not because like you didn't cause this to me. Something you did reminded me of something from my past that's bringing up scared feelings. And like they took the moment to realize, like, just because I feel that way, it doesn't also let them off the hook though. Like they still need to be accountable for how they're coming across too. So it's also like with my son acting out his emotions, I'm just like, please let your emotions out. Let's figure out a different way of doing it. So instead of screaming at the top of your lungs all the time, would you rather hit this pillow, or would you rather me like, because now I've been doing some somatic stuff with him to where like I shake his chest a little bit and it helps him like just like move through his emotions better. So there are certain ways that we can help even show them how to express their emotions in a different way. Because sometimes I'm just like, hey, mommy's going to go in a different room for a few minutes and scream at the top of her lungs. It has nothing to do with you. It's just how I need to let it out. Okay. And so I just go and I just belt it out in my room for like 2 or 3 minutes because it's just how it needs to come out at that moment in time. And then I come out and I go, mommy feels better now.
Yeah, that's so cool. And showing them too, like that, how you're expressing that. That's so awesome. Yeah. I learned so much from you guys because I really came to this work so like later when my kids were a bit older. And it's so beautiful. It's just, again, I'm so appreciative that you guys, because you've got little children, and wow, like to turn up, I know it's a big commitment. It's a big commitment. But Jo and I are so happy that you are doing it when you've got little children, you know, because, and I know some of you got bigger children, like teens as well, but it's just so beneficial for them. And, you know, then going into the years when they're older, I truly believe it just will be easier, you know, because it's all us anyway. So yeah,
And
but it's huge, a huge commitment.
yeah, we so often we use the word courage when we speak about you guys, and anyone really choosing to look at their own behavior, look at themselves first. And it's when you come across people, as I recently did, who live the other way, the way I used to live. And I recognize really how powerful it is, and yes, how courageous it is to do this, because it's so easy to just live in a world where you blame other people and control your environment so that you don't have to feel. I know it because I did it for 47 years. And yeah, like Ilka said, to see you guys doing it when the kids are younger, and that's hectic time. That's a very busy time of life. And yay, kudos to you.
Yeah, and that is why I like, you know, I love that if you're thinking about doing our course, and just really know that the children are so welcome on these calls. Like there, and even I like worked with a dad last night, and literally the girl was like, his daughter was doing handstands around him, and the legs were coming over the back of his thing every now and again, and it was absolutely fine. Like it was all good. So it's like something that, yeah, that's one of the things I'm probably most proud of, that we can run this business and have the children fully involved. It's so good.
That's definitely, and I think I've shared with you before, like, you know, the amount of times that I either haven't been able to attend therapy session for the like of it, or have attended, and it has been the most uncomfortable, I didn't want to be there, you get nothing out of it experience, because for whatever reasons you have your children with you, you know, whether it's whatever. Yeah, so oh my god, I'll just keep doing this forever, and I'll make stuff up if I don't have anything. Just to have my, you know, my chat with my papa for a couple of hours. But also the modules, are we touching on them today?
Yeah, I'd love it if you would love to. Yeah, that'd be awesome just for them to hear from you. Yeah.
That was a huge part of the course for me too. Like I have them to still go back and look at now, and I've printed the ones that resonated most with me. So about our trances. So for me, going into victim mode is what I lived. Able to see it now in people within my life. It's still can be a big trigger for me depending on what is around it. But definitely there was definitely a few of those that I was like, wow, this is really powerful stuff.
And I think you're talking about module 3, Kristen, which I think we have somewhere it's available to everybody, that one.
Yeah, we
Oh.
do in the file section.
You can,
Cool.
everyone in the Awakened Parent community. So if you're watching this, that one is actually available, because it's such a powerful module to explain the whole process. Yeah,
and easy. It's not 500 pages that, you know, I mean, I flick through Facebook and I get bored
yes,
reading. So I'm like, yeah, that's too long. Yeah, next one. And I guess because of course I'm interested in it and I want to do it, that's another reason. But yeah, definitely those having the visual, tangible stuff for me is, I'm a visual learner. So to have that there, and there's a few things in there I noticed that like that. So there's a meditation that actually gave me permission to be the person I wanted to be, just if that makes any sense at all.
yeah.
I grew up not knowing that. I didn't know that as a child I could play and be free. So now when I want to stop my child running amok because other people might look and go, whoa, I'm like, she's a kid, she can do that, that's okay, and actually be okay with it. Like I pretended with the others, but you know. So that also, thank you so much, Jo. I know we've been saying, yep, we'll do that, I'll talk to you about that, and it doesn't happen. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, lovely.
Yeah, that's so cool.
We tried to make them really simple in that you could like do one module really fairly quickly and use it in the very next interaction with your child to change, to make those little changes in behavior every interaction, every moment, every day, and just getting closer and closer to the parent and the person you want to be.
Yeah, that's it. Jo has the progress over perfection. It's another good one.
Yeah, which is awesome for me. Like we, in one of those modules, I believe there's an unfinished sentence and maybe the odd spelling mistake. And in the past,
Quite a lot.
You know, I'm an A grade student, and that was very important to me. And that's what I put onto my kids as well. And for me to be able to rock up without, like even on these calls, without a great deal of preparation, without, you know, things that we write, editing them, going over them time and time again to get them perfect. It was, there was a huge growth for me in just putting stuff out there, knowing that it's not perfect.
Yes.
Thank Ilka was great help with that for me.
Definitely got some spelling mistakes, that's for sure. We're getting help with your A grade student too, weren't we, Jo? But it was a lot of work even on the first paragraph. That was
yeah.
But yeah, it's getting out there. It's doing it. I mean, that the point probably brings up the point with the same with this work. It's why we have the calls, because then you can turn, it's like having a gym, you know, having somebody you can turn up on the calls. And all right, yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can turn up on the calls and you can be here like we're here. So you can save up things and work on the things that are coming up for you. And it's always been my aim. My value is to just get stuff out there, get it happening, do it. You know, I've got a fairly high value in doing the work and tapping, you know, just start tapping. People say, how do I tap, Ilka? How do I tap? Just do it. Get your hands up like this. Start doing it. You know, start learning how it works. And I know for some people, when you've got a perfectionist thing, it's like, yeah, but am I supposed to tap here? Am I supposed to tap here? Am I supposed to tap here? And it can even hinder us in our personal growth, because instead of doing what might work for us, we worry about being perfect in that way too.
Oh yeah, when I started, I had to tap on, and I think Casey mentioned this earlier. I had to tap on this stuff not working for me, like this tapping stuff. This does not work. This does not work. This does not work. Because I wasn't going to let anything help me. I was not. I was so stuck in my stuff that didn't matter who I went to see, what resource or tool I was going to use. I was so stuck in nothing can help me.
Yeah, and this comes from a deep coping skill in childhood that kept you safe, you know. So like that belief system that things don't help me, and maybe that you had a lot of proof, Jo, too, that things don't help you.
Yeah.
So that's where it's coming from. And the other just comment I wanted to make about what Casey said, you definitely can come to the calls, as Casey knows as well, and everybody knows, like, and everyone does begin to share things because they know that it's such a safe space. But we can always do no content tapping as well, which means, you know, and mums do use that sometimes, where you just have to give the memory that we're working on, perhaps from childhood. We can call it like memory 1. You know, that's the only thing I need to know. Maybe how many people are in the memory. That's about the only other thing I might ask you. But you can tap on things without people in the calls knowing. So if that's your biggest, like, oh God, I can't go on a call with all these other people, and you know, maybe you'll have to tap on, well, I don't want to tell them, and then they'll judge me for not telling them. Like, there's so many ways we can do this stuff to ourselves. But you know, so yeah, but you just start tapping on it, because as we start opening up, I mean, our whole world just starts to change. Well, mine did anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I go, the last comment on perfection on make is this morning was a perfect example. Both kids not having it. I set them up with a perfect activity and some food, and they were going to be over there while I was over here, and it wasn't happening. So I just jumped on, and this is what it is like sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that people got to see that. So for me, that was perfect. That was perfect. For people to know that was totally okay.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, Casey.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, for your work and helping so many of us. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. See, gorgeous. Thank you. Yay.
Thanks, girls. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you,
awesome.
Kristen.
Yeah, thank you.
Very nice.
All right.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Bye.
If anyone has any questions about this call or about anything to do with the course, if you'd like to contact us, post message us, or just write yes in the comments and we can send a message.
Yeah.
What would you like to say, Jo, to finish up?
Just thanks to the women who came and the growing number of parents who are willing to do this, because it is really huge. It's life-changing. It's changing the world moving forward. And the ripple effect is awesome. And these kids are going to grow up into, well, they already are. They're kids who have a say about the way their own life is.
Yeah. It can be who they truly are, be themselves. Yeah. What we all want to. It's what we're all.
The only problem is they won't be coming to us in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, because they won't need to.
No, they'll be creating all these other cool things in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks, everyone. And
we'll leave it there. And we'll see you next Wednesday.
We will see you next Wednesday from the beach. Okay. Gotta work out how to turn this off now.